Learn basic CSS by building a cafe menu series. We're gonna continue with the free code camp challenges. Today we're gonna start with the step 41 to 50. Please consider subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notification in order to do not miss any of our videos. Let's get started. Step 41. Now go ahead and change both flavor and price classes width to be 50%. So now we're gonna change them to 50% again. So let's go here and do 50% again and 50% again. Okay. Check the code. Now it's good. Step 42. Now that you know it's worked, you can change the remaining article NP element to match the first set start by adding the class item, okay, to another article elements. So now the class item, we're gonna add it to another article element. So now if we go here, the class item here, so the class item here, I can add the class item again. Okay, the class item. Okay, now the second one is the same this way. Okay, okay, start by adding the class item to the other article elements. Okay, here I can say the same class item. So the same class item, you can add it to all the elements. So here is the closing tag, we don't add it here. Okay, so I need to add it here instead and here instead. Okay, and I need to add it here as well. Okay. Okay, so here everything is good. Nothing else, so I'll change it. Now I can go back to the HTML element and give them all the same class item. Okay, as they tell me to do here, we can do the same class item as well, and here the same class item. Okay, so now when I go back to the browser and okay, we get it this way, the same way is good. So now let's go and we're gonna go now for step 43. Next, position the other P element to be on the same line with no space between them. Okay. Okay, what we do now, they say position the other P element to be on the same line with no space between them. So like I did with this one, so I need to do the same right here too. Okay. no space between them. So they say to do that to all other P's element. So we can do the same thing for all the P's element. Okay. And now there's nothing changed. It's good. Okay. Step 44. And step 44. Okay, to complete the styling, add the applicable class to flavor, name, flavor, and prices to all the remaining P elements. So as we did here, so for class, so we're gonna do the same for class favor and prices. So we're gonna add them here. So we're gonna add the class. Now is the class is flavor. So the class flavor here and here. So I can put the class. I can put the class price. Okay. Okay, good. Now I can just copy and paste the same flavor class for this P element. So I can do this. I can do this. And the last one is motion. So do the same on motion. And after I can take the price class and add it here too. Okay, there's no changes for now. Yes, there's changes for now. So for this P element, I change it, and for this P element too, I change it, and for this P element as well, so I change it. Okay, now everything is the same. So we can do the same thing right here and check the code. Now it's good. So we're gonna go back to the HTML and we're gonna do the same thing for price right here. So we're gonna start with the price class for all the P element. Okay, the price class here is gonna be the same price, and here, okay, price as well. So now I can take the flavor class, and here for caramel I can do the same, and here for pumpkin we do the same, and for hazelnut, so we do the same, and mocha the same flavor. Okay, now Control S to save it and go back to the browser. So we have the same results. Okay, so something I'm gonna try to do here, even though I try to do the same thing here, once I hit save, it's still the same. Okay, and if you go to the index.html, so you change this to 50% and this to 50%. So you save it and it's not gonna change in the browser. So it's still not working in the browser. Okay, that's why we need to leave it how it is, like 49% and 49%. Okay. Go ahead and do that, and now we have it change this way. So let's go back to the challenges. Okay, now step 45. If you make a width of the page preview smaller, you will notice at some point some of the text on the left start wrap around to the next line. This is because the width of the P element, okay, on the left side can be take off 50% of the space. Okay, so if I make it smaller, I see that. Okay, make it smaller, 50% of the space. Okay, so since you know the prices on the right have significant fewer characters, change the flavor class width to be 75%, and the price should be like the width value 25%. Okay, for the flavor, so I can change it to 75%, and here I can change this to 25%. Okay, so now if I get it smaller, okay, so until it get to it. Okay, let's go back here. So now it's good. So now what we're gonna do for step 46, so let's go back to the thing that we have here. So here I'm gonna put 75%, and here 25%. So if I check it and look at the browser, how it is in the browser, so I go here and I see the same thing. So now what we can do to fix it, instead of 24%, let me see what happened now. So in the browser I get it. So it still needs to be like given a space. Okay, so if I change this now, it will be like 74%, and when I go back and see the browser, it's still gonna be the same. So if I smaller the browser now, okay. leave it this way. Okay, so now let's go. We're gonna continue with the step 46. You will come back to styling the menu in a few steps, but for now go ahead and add a second section element below the first for displaying the dessert offer by the cafe. So now under the second, under here, I'm gonna write a second section. Okay, so the second section, the second section element. Okay, so for the second section element. Good. Okay, good. Now we're gonna go to step 47. Add an H2 element in the new section and give it a text dessert. So here I'm gonna add a H2 desert. Okay. So now I don't need to save it here. Okay, good. So now add an empty article element under the dessert heading. Give it the class attribute with the value item. So under the H2, so I need to add an article. So article. Okay. Add an article, and inside of the article I'm gonna give it a class item. Okay, good. So now step 49. Okay, nest 2p element inside of the article element. The first one text should be donut and the second text 1.5, but both of them on the same line, making sure there's no space between them. Okay, so now I can write a p element with the text donut and another p element with the text 1.50. Okay. Okay, so now it's good. Let's go ahead and take step 50. For the 2p element you just added, add dessert as the value of the first p element class. Okay, attribute and the value price. Okay, for the second p element class attribute. Okay, so for this one I supposed to put, instead of, okay, I supposed to put like desert, and for the p element I still gonna put price. Okay, now if we check it, it's good. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the HTML that we have here, index.html. So what we're gonna do here now, we're gonna put another section. So the other section is like section. So inside of the other section, I'm gonna put an article. Okay, so inside of the article, the article class, it should be the class, the name of the class for this article. Let's go back and see it. I forget it. Okay, class item, but before the article I supposed to put the h2, the assert. Okay, let's go back here. Before the article here, I put the assert like an h2. Okay, and here is the class item. Okay, so inside of it here, I'm gonna put a p element. With the class. With the class desert. Okay, and okay, with the value, done it, and another p element with the class price. So the price is price, class, and 1.50. Okay, so I save it. Now this is the same thing that we are doing. Okay, for the 650. Okay, it's all for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notification. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So in the next video we're gonna start from the step 51.